Hello, hi, welcome to the Crafty Yogi. I'm Audra Monk. Here's all my info and where to find me. Um, Today we're going to get started right away on a quick video on how to make two different boxes with our envelope punch board. I don't know, maybe you bought it when it was on sale last month, or maybe you're thinking about it, or maybe you haven't gotten it out. You're thinking, I don't make envelopes that often. There's a lot of things you can do with, sorry, there we go, with your envelope punch board. So today we're going to make a couple boxes because it's Christmas time. You might have some things that you want to gift to people. So let me show you two different kinds. There's this little box. It's a little tiny square box. How about an inch, a little over an inch, inch and a quarter deep. This one I put designer series paper around the edge. This one has a little belly band on it. And this one is empty because I'm going to show you it. And then we're going to make this box, which is great for holding our cards and envelopes, because maybe you like to make a lot of cards like me and you need to give some away to your friends and family. And this is probably my favorite box. I make this one a lot. Okay, so one more thing about the little boxes. Okay, so I did them both with the whole belly band idea. You just slide the ribbon or the paper off, and then your box will open up and you can put your stuff in there. This has rounded corners, and I'll talk about that in a moment. This one has pointed corners, so if you're feeling pointy or you're feeling more smoothly rounded, you can have either kind of corners that you like. Okay, so let's get started, because I know the important part is you just want to make the box. Okay, so here's your measurements. Let's put them up here for a moment. Your small box, you need a 6x6 piece of cardstock or DSP. You're going to punch and score at 2 1/8 and 3 7/8. All right, if you're making the wrap, which looks like this, that is 7.5 by 2, and you're going to score it at 6 1/4, 5, 2 1/2, and 1 1/4. Or I'm going to show you a little bit easier, quicker way. You're going to make a piece of DSP that is 9 inches, and it can be anywhere from 1 to 2 inches wide for this little box. Mine is, I don't know, 1 1/4-ish. It was a strip left over, so I'm going to show you that one. Okay, so let's do that box first, and then I'll bring this back up when we make the bigger box, okay? All right, so your envelope punch board looks like this. I think it's $20, $25. It's not very expensive, but it's very handy. It comes with its own little bone folder scoring tool. It has a punch here. There's a guide for making envelopes. It makes really awesome envelopes. And in fact, the one big box is just a wide envelope. Okay, so we're going to get started. So here is a piece of 6x6 cardstock. So this says to punch and score at 2 1/8 and 3 7/8. All right, so you put it in and you slide. I'm going to lift it up so you can see. You slide the edge of the paper to 2 1/8. Okay. Make sure we can see this on the camera. Okay. So 2 1/8, and then I punch it, and then you take the tip of your scoring tool, you put it in the groove, and it follows out and it comes out on this line. Okay, 2 1/8, and then 3 7/8. So let me show you that too. See 3 7/8 down here? Okay, so you get it 3 7/8, and then you punch and you score. Okay, and then you just go around all the 4 sides and do that. Of course, maybe I shouldn't have picked crumb cake. It's a little hard to see. Punch and score. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Okay, so in this one, it actually doesn't matter. But in the punching and scoring, once you've done the first measurements, you don't need to measure anymore. You're going by the score line, and you're lining up. I don't know if they call it the score tab. I'm not sure what it's called. See this little pointy part? You're lining that up in the groove, and then you punch and score from there. So you no longer need to measure. In this case, since it's a square box, it actually comes out the same. But you'll see when we make the rectangle one, it's different. So you punch and score. Okay, and you'll do that on all 4 sides. So here's the magic of television. It's already done on all 4 sides. The next thing you're going to do, which I already did, and I'll come back and do it, is you're going to cut the 4 tabs out. Don't cut all the sides or you won't have any pieces to attach it with. Okay, so when I cut, sometimes I cut before I burnish, sometimes I cut after. I don't think it matters too much. You're just going to pick a side, and you're going to go with your snips up the side, up the line, and then give it a little tiny wedge. That'll help it bend a little better. And you're going to do that 4 times. Okay, so now you have done it 4 times, and you're ready to go. You're going to fold your pieces, and you're going to burnish them. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you want rounded corners? Maybe you do. There's a corner rounder on the back side of your envelope punch board. You're going to slide 2 opposite ends. I don't worry about rounding the ones that are going together, but it's up to you. Oh, actually, no, I do round all of the ones on this one. It's the other one I don't. This is what I get for trying to build 2 boxes in one video. All right, so there we go. They're rounded. You just get all the little bits out. Okay, so now we're going to fold and burnish with this bone folder or your regular bone folder the edges. I already did that one. You just fold them and crease them. Fold them and crease them. Oh, and do the little ones too. Okay, and then what adhesive to use? Okay, you can use any adhesive you want. You can use your glue, your fine glue adhesive. You could use your fast fuse. You could use your snail if you're not going to put anything super heavy in it. You could use glue dots. We'll use glue dots on the other one. This one, I'm just going to use fast fuse. And here's my tip for knowing where to put the adhesive. So look at your box and say, okay, I'm going to fold it up this way. So you know this is going to attach to this. Okay, open it back up. Fold those 2 pieces up and put your fast fuse on there. And then flip it over and do the same. These are the pieces that are going to attach to here. So I'm going to put my fast fuse. Oops, got a little bit stuck there. If you ever get stuck, just a teeny twitch with your finger and it'll get it right back where you need it. Okay, and one more. Okay, so we have fast fuse on the 4 spots. Then you're going to take it, line it up, and don't press real hard at first, because if you mess up, you might be able to get it off. And we're going to lightly put that corner together. Okay, do it on the other corner. Okay, lightly put it together. We got 2 more. And 1 more. There we go. And then I'm going to give them a little squeeze. Squeeze them in there. You could also lay it down. You can get your hand in there. Take your bone folder, push it down like that. That works too. Okay, so there we go. And then you just close up the lid, and there's your little box. All right, so if you're not making a fancy belly band and you want to go quick, because maybe you're going to decorate it up more, what I do is I take my strip. I did not score this one. And I just start at the back, because that's where I'm going to put my adhesive. And I just kind of start halfway. I give it a little rub, give it a little rub, give it a little rub, give it a little rub. And then when I get it all the way back here, good, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put a little fast fuse right here. Put it back. I guess I better put it back around my box. Let's be safe. Put it back around my box, line it up, and then stick it on. Of course, there we go. I would want it this way. So that way it slides on and off. And now actually, I'm thinking about this. I think you could put the seam on the top, depending on where you make it and what you're going to put on there. Maybe you're putting a big bow. Maybe you're doing something different, but you can do that on there, okay? So there's that box. This is your little tiny box, and it comes out to about 2.5 by 2.5. Maybe just a tiny bit bigger. So a great box for earrings. You could decorate it up. You could put a tag on it. You guys know what to do. Okay, so there's that box. All right, now let's get back to this one. How many minutes are we? Oh, good, 9 minutes. All right, so in less than 20 minutes, you will be able to make these boxes. Then, of course, I don't know how long you want to spend stamping and decorating, but you could do that. All right, so here is our gift box. Let me show you. You can slide off the ribbon, pop out the tab, and then look at this. You could fill it up with Christmas cards, thank you cards, all occasion cards. This is 4 cards and 4 envelopes, and they fit in there fine. You could do 5. If you make really big cards, maybe not as many would fit. You could probably play with the measurements too and make this bigger. Okay, so let's make this box. All right, you need your envelope punch board. Ooh, sorry about that. And you need your piece of paper. Okay, here's the measurements again. So part 2, 9 by 9. You're like, how do I get 9 by 9 paper, Audra? What do I do? Okay, you have to buy 12 by 12 paper. We offer it, this was craft. We offer it in craft. We offer it in white and black. And now the occasions and the holiday catalogs have been coming with 12 by 12. So buy it. You can use it to make so many cool things. Sometimes it comes a solo color. Like I think this time it was the cherry cobbler, which I cut in 4. I got 4 boxes out of 1 piece of paper, 6 by 6. This, of course, you use the whole piece and then just use the scrap for other things. So if you like making bigger boxes, you need this 12 by 12 paper. Okay, so it's 9 by 9. You're going to score and punch at 3.5 and 4 1/4. And on this one, then you're going to just punch and score in the existing score lines that you made. So let's get going. All right, can I remember what I just said? 3.5. So come to 3.5. Okay, you see that 3.5 right there? Punch it. Score it. I can't get quite all the way down. That's okay. We'll fix that up later. And then 4.5. So this is just making the box basically a wide envelope. So I guess if you made really fancy cards with lots of flowers and stuff, you might want to make a box like this to put it in. All right, and then we're going to turn it. And this one I'm going to make all the way with you. We're going to punch and score at the line. And then punch and score at the line. All right, let's turn it again. Get the little pointer into the line. Okay, and slide it over. Okay, and we got one more time. Once you get used to making these, it does go much quicker. The first time, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel weird. And you know what? You might do it wrong, and it's okay. All right, so I punch and scored. So see, if you look at that one, it's a rectangle versus a square. So the sides were different. That's the line I didn't quite get all the way. Okay, so, oh, and I'm going to round the big ones. You know, you could make this box open from the other side. That would be fine too, I think. All right, and then move all that stuff out of the way. All right, so let's burnish this one. Get the creases nice and good. All right, and if you do use the craft, the one I made that I was showing you already, it is a little stiffer paper, so you definitely need to do this part. Sometimes, and if you're using designer series paper, you don't have to push really hard because you don't want to tear the paper. But it is pretty awesome what we can make with paper. Okay, so there we're all done. We need some little tabs. So pick what's going to be the bottom and cut along the line and then give it a tiny bit there. Cut it on the line and a tiny bit there. Okay, and then for this box, for me, you might leave the tabs, and I'm going to leave them today on this one. I like to cut these off sometimes. I think it just folds together a little bit nicer, and you don't really need those little tabs. I'll leave them on today, but that's just a thing you might think about. And I'll show you what it'll look like with them on. Okay, get that out. And this one... Okay, so then we need a little bit different adhesive rules on this one. So these 2 tabs are going to get adhesive. I'm going to use glue dots because it's such a little tab. And I'm going to put 2 glue dots on the tab. And you know this tip for getting glue dots, either use your paper piercer or the tip of your snips. And then you don't have to fight with the glue dots that much. Not that they won't occasionally go astray, but, and you could put more glue dots on there if you wanted, but this will work for now. Okay, then next, we're going to want this to be closed. So I'm going to flip it over, not get my glue dots stuck to my work surface, and I'm going to run a piece of fast fuse there. And a piece of fast fuse here. Okay, so we have the sides with fast fuse and glue dots on the tabs. Flip it back over. Ah! Be careful when you flip it over. All right, pull it in and try to line up your line and stick it on. Do it again. Okay, and then pull the front back so you can put your corner tabs in, and then very gently, don't over pull or you'll get it all wonky, line that up. And line that up. And there you go, you have a box. So these are the little tabs I was talking about. A lot of times I cut them off. And usually when I close this box, I tuck it in. Although it is a big tab, so you could leave it out. You could leave it out like this. And then just tie a ribbon around it or make a belly band. Or you know what you could get fancy. Get some little Velcros, put one there, and then it could open. It's obviously easier to handle when it has stuff in it. So let's see if we put our set of cards and envelopes in there. Oops. Oh, I almost pulled that off. That's a piece of twine on a card that's in there. Tuck it in. There you go. You could add a piece of ribbon. Let's see if I can add a piece of ribbon while talking to you and trying to keep it on the camera. You never know. This is the one for the other box, but it should fit. It should fit. All right, and there we go. Let's slide it down. And there you go. Isn't that a pretty great little gift? Okay, there you go. Envelope punch board. I'll have the information and the measurements in this blog. If you just see this on Facebook, click it and you can, I think it might take you to the blog. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the world of electronics this afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I'm Audra Monk, the Crafty Yogi. Stay crafty.